Alright guys, welcome back to another video of all the Survivor meta perk changes. So, I'm sure you guys all heard Dead Hard was going to be on this list as we all love it, but it's going to have a change. So we all know after being activated, we become immune for a short distance of time, and it's most used by survivors. It's easy to see why, and the right hands act as like a third health state, allowing survivors to escape a dangerous situation. So you can use it to either dodge a hit or go for distance. So now what's going to happen is Dead Hard will now provide the endurance effect for 1 second when activated. If you time it right, you'll prevent the hit and gain a movement speed boost. This will remove Dead Harding for distance and make it solely used to dodge hits, which the killer can anticipate and even bait accordingly. So we can really see, if you've watched any video or killer gameplay, or you as a killer, you can relatively easily almost bait Dead Hard just by going right up to the survivor and seeing if they will panic and in response use Dead Hard. So I mean, I think the reasoning behind this isn't the best. I think they should keep Dead Hard as it is, but we'll really have to see, because Dead Hard probably isn't going to be the meta anymore. It's probably just going to be another perk that is okay. We're probably really going to see a big transition over to maybe even Sprint Burst, because while this gives you a 1 second endurance, Sprint Burst will give you a speed boost for a much longer period of time. I'm pretty sure 3, maybe even 4 seconds. So this is really going to be interesting to see where this perk goes. Now, moving on to Decisive Strike. So as we know, Decisive Strike used to be insanely overpowered. Now, they have nerfed it, and it's honestly not the best perk anymore. You really don't see many people using this in their normal everyday loadout. And it's understandable. Anytime you perform a conspicuous action such as healing, repairing, or anything like that, it automatically goes away. So now it looks like they're even nerfing it more. They're going to deactivate once the exit gates are powered. In addition, the stun duration has been reduced to 3 seconds. So this is really not going to be good in the future of Decisive Strike. Not many people are going to be using this perk anymore, and it kind of really destroyed the perk, because it was not the best perk as is, and they just made it worse. So this perk really did hit rock bottom. So Borrowed Time, as we all know, it's a very good perk, especially when the killer's right on the hook. Survivors gain an endurance effect for a short time, allowing them to ignore a hit that would otherwise put them into a dying state, so you'd have to mend yourself if you got hit while Borrowed Time was activated. So pretty much like Decisive Strike, the perk gets much of its popularity by guaranteeing a counterplay against the killer. So Borrowed Time will now extend the durations of the endurance effect of an unhooked survivors by 6, 8, and 10 seconds, and increase the movement speed bonus by a duration of 10 seconds for any survivor you unhooked. These effects will be cancelled if the survivor performs, again, a conspicuous action. While the overall duration of Borrowed Time is longer than before, we expect having a lighter version in the base kit will cause usage rates to drop. So this will really be interesting to see how this goes. I'm pretty sure it will stack against the existing new endurance 5-second speed boost that you will get after being unhooked without even having Borrowed Time. So we're really going to see how this is going to play out in the future. So what we have next is Iron Will. So Iron Will, insanely overpowered right now. Purple state blocks 100% of pain grunts. It looks like they're going to be nerfing that, making max 75. This is okay. But it also looks like they're going to be nerfing it even more, and it's not going to be active when it's exhausted. So this kind of makes sense. You know, in real life, are you really going to be sitting exhausted and still being able to keep in all those grunts of pain? No. So, I mean, Dead by Daylight compared to real life, not a great example, but this is an interesting change, and I think it's going to be pretty fair. So we'll really have to see how this does. Not many people are probably going to use it anymore, but it is still good for the perk, and it will still have its purposes. Now, Self-Care unlocks the ability to heal yourself without a medkit at half speed. So what they're going to do is, I'm pretty sure like the second or third most used perk, I think the second, I think it's first Dead Hard, second Self-Care, and then third Borrowed Time. Now they're gonna be nerfing it again, and self-care's heal will be lowered 25, 30, and 35, and then the item efficiency bonus is removed entirely. So this is basically encouraging you to find your teammates, because if self-care is active and then you have another perk that's slowing the progression, it's gonna take 10 years to heal yourself and is really not efficient. Now for Spine Chill, activating when a killer's nearby and looking in your direction, increasing the action speed and chance for skill checks. So this perk is really good, especially for versing a stalker killer such as Michael Myers, Wraith, Scream, Pig, all those killers that don't necessarily give you a terror radius. Or this is going to be the perk that you're going to want to use if you're extremely terrified of that. So they're not necessarily giving it a buff or a nerf. It will only activate now if the killer has a clear line of sight to the survivor. So now it looks like Spine Chill's getting a nerf. If you are not in a clear line of sight, so if you're in a wall is between you and the killer, Spine Chill will not activate. It looks like they will be adding a 0.5 second lingering status effect for Spine Chill. Now this will reduce the flickiness you get when the killer's spinning around or anything. So this will make it overall more consistent and smooth perk. Now the biggest nerf of this perk is they will be removing the vault bonus entirely. This is gonna really change the perk, and I really don't think many people are gonna be using this perk anymore. The main reason they would use it with Spine Chill, Resilience, the whole 9 yards, but vaulting really doesn't fit this perk's nature. It's more of like you get a tingle when the killer's looking at you. So this is a pretty big nerf, and probably not many people are going to be using it anymore because it's really not that useful anymore. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, maybe come back again. I'll be making a part 3 on all the non-survivor meta perk changes, so be sure to stick around for that. And again, if you haven't watched my part 1, it's all the killer meta perk changes. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you later.